Graham, thank you for taking the time to join me. It's nice to chat with you a little bit in preamble before I put record. I'm really looking forward to being out in Toronto and meeting you in person. Graham and I and about 150 men will be gathering near Toronto in a few days for ManCamp, premier initiation event for men in Canada. And so Graham is a registered therapeutic counselor with a focus on men's work, trauma, and what was the other piece? You're working with transpersonal.
Mhm.
So I love the transpersonal space. Maybe you could talk a little bit about kind of the center of gravity of your work. I know you also founded Man Aligned,
Yep,
which I'd love to hear a little bit about. And of course, we want to talk about ManCamp and what you're bringing to the table.
absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for the warm welcome, Dolphin. Yeah, it's wild when people tell me what it is I do, right? It's because
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
I I don't like to be asked what do you do? I'd rather people tell me what that is and what the impact is, right? My intentions can be different than impact. And um yeah, so I am a registered therapeutic counselor who focuses from a transpersonal lens. And what that means is that um, a lot of my focus is around supporting people to remember that we're part of a greater whole, something bigger than ourselves, whatever that is for people. It might be rock climbing, it might be God, it might be source, it might be the big all, whatever that is. So to remind us to come from our head back into our heart. How do we feel as opposed to think? Because for a lot of men, for myself, I'll use I statements. I didn't really know how to feel for a really long time until the feelings became too much. And then I was like, what's going on here? I tried to numb. My biggest numbing technique growing up was excessive busyness. And I'm really good at being busy, man. I've honed that tool. You need shit to get done? I'm your guy. I could do it. And my work was to learn to slow down and feel what's actually going on inside me so that I can intentionally make decisions. I founded a men's work organization called Man Aligned about 6.5 years ago now. And that was due to a few reasons. One, I needed community and I didn't know where to look for men who were exemplars to me. I've been really lucky to have some amazing brothers in my life. Solid, truthful, sovereign. But I moved away from all of them. I was living in different places. I was traveling and I found myself in a part of my life that, you know, a lot of people would refer to as a dark night of the soul. And I had my beloved at the time and I could share with her, but it wasn't quite the same. So my job, or what I thought my job was just to keep doing shit, is keep getting her done until I couldn't. And I had this dark night of the soul. I was called into men's work, particularly with ManCamp Project, Sacred Sons, a few other amazing organizations. And what I saw there and what I witnessed and what I felt changed my life on a level that I didn't understand. And then I came back and I was like, I should start doing this. And a mentor of mine, Michael Gay and Dewey Freeman, told me, they said, there's no right or wrong way to do this, but the wrong way is not to do it. Call some bros together. Let's call them together. Take some breaths. Say, how are you? How are you actually? Not just fine, not just okay, not just all good. How are you really, man? I'm nervous. I'm frustrated. I'm mad, whatever it is. And through this process, men started coming and more men started coming. And what I realized as a therapist and a men's worker is this: collectively, we are more. The things that maybe a person's subconscious or central nervous system says, don't go there. That shit's scary. That shit might kill you. When witnessed in front of others, a greater central nervous system is created that actually says, hey, gee, your individual central nervous system, don't worry. I got your back like vertebrae. We will take care. And if we dive into the deep, if you want to go there through sound, through movement, not so much through story, the context is important, but isn't the focal point. We can dive in there with you and hopefully you can swim back out. But if you can't, there's a whole bunch of lifeguards around you who care about you deeply and they'll pull you back up. And that to me was revolutionary. And one of the first phrases I heard in men's work was, you're not the only one. And I was like, no, bro, my shit is intense. No, like you couldn't imagine. Well, here's the reality. We all have different stories, but we're all a part of a greater red thread. You've been sad before, right, Dolphin? I've been sad before. Yeah, that's and it may not be the same story, but the feeling lives within wherever. And part of our work is to help express those feelings so that you're not walking around that shit's coming out sideways. And examples of it coming out sideways are things like excessive busyness, addiction, pornography, all sorts of stuff. You name it. Basically, name like mainstream things that happen a lot because we don't know how to process that. Someone who's never been shown that, how the fuck would you know? How would you know? So men's work, in my opinion, is so important because it's not a hierarchical thing. Here's a leader, here's a participant. It's a together we all rise. Because I learn so much. And it's the golden ratio, right? I heard this when I was playing hockey. My dad told me this probably when I was 12 or something. I was being a fool, ignoring chores in the backyard, and got into a little fight with him. And he said, Graeme, come sit here. And I was mad, dude. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to get shit. Cartoons are gone. Like, damn it. He goes, gee, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, right? It's the golden ratio. May you follow that. And when you speak with intention, speak with wisdom. And if that's not on the tip of your tongue, then listen, this is within you. The words just aren't coming out yet. I didn't understand it at 12. Took me about 2.5 decades to be like, oh yeah, Dad, not bad. Not bad. So this is the importance of men coming together. Like ManCamp is, I'm so psyched, bro. I'm so psyched to meet you and another 149 brothers and witness each other and be witnessed. Because like, if you have something inside, maybe you know what it is, maybe you don't. It don't matter. The reality is better out than in. We're not here to fix people, bro. Not a fixer. I tell this to clients all the time. People will call and say, gee, can I have a session with you? And I say, yeah, I'm curious. Why would you be interested in that? Well, I got this problem and I need you to tell me how to fix it. Bro, I can reflect back. I can offer suggestions and curiosities. I'm not a fixer, man. I don't think anyone in the world is actually a fixer. I think what we are is people walking along the same path towards different outcomes, here to support each other, just like Doss says, right? Walking each other home. So that's a bit about me. And yeah.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Like as I'm listening, I hear your passion. I hear your desire to be transparent about your humanness and your own journey. I hear this humility and this kind of like a gratitude. I feel a gratitude in you that you get to do this work. I think you feel how important it is and how the level of need for us to learn how to be together again after, several decades now of what feels like a society that has become more disparate and more disconnected. And so I'm just curious for you, like, was there anything in particular that started you along the path? And then maybe we can shift to close the conversation around for men that are out there struggling and maybe they haven't found something that really locked them into their purpose. Why might ManCamp be the right thing for them? So I want a little bit about the start of your journey along your healing path. And then again, like for other men that are in that place, what might support them in making a powerful, transformative decision around ManCamp?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for those questions, brother. First of all, on my path to healing, I've always been an inquisitive and curious young man, in direct relation to where I grew up and the people around me and my family. I had a dark couldn't answer that. I couldn't answer that. The only thing I could answer was, I'm a man who's deeply, deeply hurt, and I don't know how to fix it. Everything I tried wasn't working anymore. So I went from there, brother, and I basically got to a point where I was like, I don't think this is worth it anymore, this whole life thing. And I think because of that, I entered a space in my life where